our live streaming has gone on, and I'm actually recording at the same time we're doing live streaming today. So
Awesome.
it's good to have you back.
Thank you. It's great to
Yeah.
be here.
Now, I noticed you brought a nice big jug of liquid
Water.
water.
Mhm.
Please. You know, my donuts were ruined by Agent J.
Oh, oh no.
Well, I had a Coca-Cola, and she said, you know, the sugar in that is,
Mhm.
yeah, so, but I still ate a donut while we were grocery shopping today. So, what's going on in your life now?
Um, Not too much has changed. Me and Noodle are talking about saving up to buy a big Class C like van, like one of the like 32 foot.
Mhm.
Because we want to start traveling soon. So we're gonna try to save up for one of those. He wanted to build one, but I'd rather it already be built. He was like, I'm gonna get a school bus and I'm gonna have someone I know do the plumbing on it. And I'm like, no, just buy one.
You know, there's something to be said though for, you know, doing it himself.
Mm-hmm.
And you would, I'm sure, be a part of that.
Of course.
But there's a lot to be said about, you know, doing things, a project like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is a couple they're somewhere in, it's either Palmetto or Parrish,
Mm-hmm.
and they got a big school bus, and they converted it into a travel trailer,
Mm-hmm.
but not a travel trailer, but
Like a RV.
like an RV.
Mm-hmm.
And they had it on the internet for a while and posted pictures of it. It was like amazing.
Yeah.
You know, when you got on there, you know, to look at just how incredibly nice it was.
Mm-hmm.
They had a little dining area, you know, where a dining table,
Yeah.
and it toward the back, they had created a two-tier where you had to go up a little ladder, and it was a big, huge bed up on top, you know,
Wow.
for sleeping.
That's awesome.
So it was very cool.
I've seen a lot of videos of them and they turn them into like little luxury homes. It's so cool. I think it would be fun to try.
It would not only be fun, I think, to build one, but just to travel around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, did you two have any specific idea where you really wanted to travel and see?
We want to go to Texas because he's got family there. So we're gonna stop by there and then just go around, just pick random places. We don't really have like a target area. We do want to like just see the environment in different states and try to pick one to raise a family in. I don't think where we are is suitable for a family in like 10 years. It's just going to get worse here. So I want to find somewhere like more rural, like small town type thing.
There are, I mean, I have been into every state in the United States many times. And, you know, out west, there are some beautiful areas.
Yeah.
Now, do you mind cold weather?
I do not like the cold weather. He wants somewhere with like full seasons. I think if it snows one time for a week, I'll be okay. But if I feel like if there's any more than that, I won't be happy.
Because there are places in like north, south, of course, North Dakota is extremely cold.
Mm-hmm.
When you look into Wyoming, you know, you have a lot of cold weather,
Yeah.
Colorado. When you get down into like Montana, you still have it, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe not as severe as some locations.
Right.
The flatlands of Texas are flat, very flat, but the same thing can be said of Kansas.
Yeah.
But, you know, there are a lot of places throughout Oklahoma, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of, I mean, Arkansas, also is another state that not extremely cold,
Mm-hmm.
but some beautiful rural places in
Yeah.
Arkansas,
Okay.
especially if you want to hunt for gold.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I mean,
cool.
diamonds, they have a place where the public can go to, and some people have found some really large diamonds.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not talking, little quarter carat. I'm talking couple carat diamonds.
Wow, that's awesome.
And, it's really, to me, it's very beautiful country.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned that you think maybe where you're currently at, where you're currently living in 10 years may not really be suitable.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's gonna be so overpopulated here. This is such a popular state. It's already overpopulated. The traffic has gotten 10 times worse over the course of a year. And it's definitely just gonna keep getting worse.
It is terrible.
It is.
Driving around here is no fun.
It's bad.
Now, you mentioned that you have family in Texas.
Mhm.
Is that on your side or on Noodle's side?
It's on Noodle's side. It's very distant family that he hasn't seen in a long time, so we're just gonna try to talk to them and spend some time with them. We also have to go see his mother's grave up there, so that's another very important reason that we're going. I think we just both agree it would be a good start on our traveling journey.
It sounds like it, especially, if his mother's grave is there in Texas. I think that's a great thing to do, to go by and see that.
Yeah.
I mean, when my mother died, her wish was to be cremated,
Mm-hmm.
and that's mine also.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have enough cemeteries for all the people, but our birth rate in the United States last year there's the gray-haired bat now,
Mm-hmm.
but the birth rate has actually declined, which now I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's the first time in many decades that the birth rate has really declined in the United States.
Yeah. No. I've heard some stuff about that. Like it's a lot of women are just deciding that it's not something they want to do. And I mean that's their every right.
A woman listen, her rights are as important as anybody's rights.
Right.
And hi, gray-haired bat, come on in.
How are you?
How are you?
Our little one of our dogs, the hip hoppy one, was already up there. She jumped up there, and I thought she might get herself in the background.
No.
And so that everybody can see there in the
Oh.
picture, we have the gray-haired old bat, and we have been together 30-some years, and we'll be. Thank you very much. And the volume on both the microphones is adjusted well, but you would have to get a little closer if you wanted to get into conversation. We're talking, and one of the interesting things that Agent C brought up was about her and Noodle doing some traveling, going to Texas where his mother, her gravesite is, which, I said, I really think it would be a really good thing to do,
Yeah.
especially for him. That's a lot of closure, and I think that's really an important thing for somebody,
Yeah.
because he is not a real old young man.
He's young.
Now, when you say young, is he older than you, or are you older?
He's older than me, but not by much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you know that a woman should always marry an older man.
just seemed right to me, so I did
Well,
it.
there's a reason for that, because as you age and your looks begin to decline,
Mhm.
his eyesight will be gone. So that's,
That's a great way to put it.
and of course, that was in her mind when we got together.
Mhm.
Oh, he's old enough that, by the time, my looks are, although her looks haven't faded at all, so
Not at all.
that's the
Beautiful,
good thing.
beautiful woman.
Yes, thank you, she is, yeah.
Oh,
And here comes the other member of the family there. Now, are those some of those beads that, people use for?
These are just random like keychain ones. I do like mess with my hands a lot. I gotta do something with my hands, so I just play with them.
Because I thought a lot of people now, I guess a few years ago, there was a big thing on TikTok
Mhm.
where there was somebody that was trying to influence people into buying these beads to go around the wrist.
Hmm.
And there was some alleged health benefit to it.
Oh.
Now, I don't know anything about that, so it just struck me when I saw that. That's what made me think of that.
It might be like crystal beads, because some people believe some certain crystals hold like healing agents in their minerals and stuff like that. So, I mean, it might be that, but I haven't heard of that. This is more of just like something to fidget with.
Yeah, I see you're doing a lot of fidgeting with your hand. You fidget with your hand. Agent J cannot keep her feet and legs still. I mean, you would think she's tap dancing on the floor. She just can't stop. But I want to get back to now, we were talking about, you had mentioned, a 10-year span that you think that, do you think that, well, in 10 years that, and I know this is going to be a crowded state because it's getting worse, but do you think the economy anyplace else is going to really change from what we're experiencing here?
Um, I think it's probably the whole country and as like one. I think it's happening everywhere. But since you did bring up like the birth rate going down, I think that is gonna help. But there are still millions and millions of kids being born every single day. And there's too many kids in the foster care systems. It's overcrowded. I think there's always gonna be too many people.
And there are too many kids that go to bed at nighttime hungry.
And that as well.
I mean, it always bothers me that we're spending money to go to the far side of the moon and spending all that money when kids are going to bed hungry. Why does Elon Musk need to have $830 billion?
I don't know. And that bothers me so much that he just has all that money just to keep for himself.
I mean, the one thing I like about Bill Gates is he and his ex-wife, Melinda Gates, they have donated so much money to clean water in Africa. They worked with Roger Federer, who used to be at one point in time, he was the greatest tennis player in the world, and probably still is one of the best three players to ever play the game. And he has been heavily involved in helping, and in that project in Africa, where they're trying to provide clean water, getting more drugs to the kids, that because there are so many diseases that are running rampant.
medical drugs.
Medical, right.
Yeah.
Clarification from the bat, and I did mean medical, because I don't approve of illicit narcotics, not at all. But they donate a lot. Thanks for stopping in and putting a cameo. But they do donate a lot of money towards really trying to help.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Jeff Bezos's ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
She donates a lot of money to people that are involved with nonprofits
Okay.
that are trying to help society.
Yeah.
So there are some people trying to do the right thing, but you had people like Elon Musk, and the same thing with Donald Trump. You know, it's about money and it's not about helping people.
Right.
And at some point in time, things come full circle.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I really want to drill kind of down to a core issue that's, you know, facing, you know, society today.
Yeah.
How are you and Noodle finding it to survive on your two incomes?
It's enough for him to put some money away in savings and me to have enough to buy us dinner throughout the week. But I've kind of been like, it's really hard to save money when there's all these emergency costs just coming out of nowhere all the time. You need so many things just to survive, and it's really crazy. But we get by just fine. We have enough food in our fridge, so that's good for us. We also go to food pantries a lot for our food, just so that we can save a little bit extra money where we can.
Smart?
Yeah, we do our best, but I'm really just grateful to be able to work, because I know there's a lot of people that can't work, and either like from disability or there's no jobs because there's too many people that there's no room for everyone to work. And it's just like an endless loop, I feel like.
It's a cycle, and technology has been a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
It's developed many things to help people, like the bat.
Mm-hmm.
She has multiple sclerosis, and right now they are going to begin human testing on a new treatment that actually would grow myelin, which would be for her, it would just be incredible.
Yeah.
Now, how far they'll get with that in my lifetime, I don't know, but for her, she has so many more years than I do, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But the flip side of all the technology is that people are being put out of work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am not a techie person.
Me either.
I'm sorry, but you know, this was difficult enough to set up. I mean, it only took me 13 years. No, not that long, but still it was, you know, it was an arduous thing to put all of it together and make it work. And this should actually be a good stream that will show up.
Yeah.
And you know, one of the things that I'm looking forward to is that hopefully at some point in time, you know, people will start sending some comments and they'll appear in that little box up there.
That'd be cool.
And they'll have, you know, questions or comments, you know, regarding what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I still have to go through the process of figuring out exactly how to get that accomplished.
Yeah.
But at least now we're streaming and recording.
Yay.
So now I understand that Noodle has a little proclivity towards F-bombs. So, you know, the reason I'm recording and doing the streaming is because if that happens, I want to be able to go in and edit it.
Yeah.
Because I do want parents to see, if they see something that they really want their child to hear,
Yeah.
and I think you've already made a couple of points that, kids that are 13, 14, and 15 right now,
Mm-hmm.
they can look at you and say, well, gee, this is, somebody who's not, like the gray-haired odd couple. This is a young person. And if, the way she's describing, how they're working and they're saving, what's it going to be like for me in 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
And
It's gonna get worse.
before it gets better,
Mm-hmm.
it will.
Well,
Now, did you say you have an older sister?
I do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And where is your older sister? I mean, does she live near you?
She does. She lives pretty close to me. She's living in what is it called?
Well, that's okay. I mean, just she's close to you then.
Yeah.
So, but I think you said that growing up, you were a little rebellious.
Yeah, more than she was. I was definitely the bad one. I don't think that I would have acted any different if I didn't have a sister. I think I would have still had the same emotions I did. So I don't think it affected my life in a bad way. But I do think it's a really good positive influence to have an older sibling. I think if I have kids, I'm not gonna just have one. I don't want a lonely baby. It's gotta have a friend, just like my cats.
China changed its one baby policy
Mm-hmm.
to allow couples to have two,
Mm-hmm.
because it is hard on single children
Yeah.
when they don't, especially more and more people today work from home.
Mm-hmm.
And if the only interaction we're getting is from the two adults at home, it can be, a real issue.
Yeah.
So, I think it's good when, families have, the two children.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if it's two boys, two girls, or if it's,
It's
one
something.
age. Right.
It's something.
Now, I've heard a lot about your work ethic,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe, growing up, you might have been a little rebellious, but clearly, judging from what I hear about your work habit, you have, become, a very responsible, young woman.
Yeah.
Let's talk about work and work ethic here for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What drives you to keep the good work ethic that you have?
My goals. I've got goals. I want to be rich one day, but that might not happen. So I'm gonna try to get as close as I can. I want a big, beautiful farmhouse with a bunch of land. I want at least 10 acres, and I just want to be able to raise a family a little more than comfortable, so that if they want nice things, if they do something good, if they deserve it, they can get extra things and be rewarded for their behavior. It's a big thing for me. Wanting a house of my own is the main thing. I just want to own something and have it be mine and mine only. And my husband's too.
I think the gray-haired half, the old bat, and myself, she grew up in a 700 square foot home with two siblings and a mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up, my parents were, I think my father was making like $5,600 a year before he got a promotion. And
Wow.
right, so, she and I both grew up in families that did not have a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to the theory that, being rich or having a lot of money will really resolve our happiness, at least
Right.
not ours.
Mm-hmm.
We still work. She works for pay. I do all volunteer work.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to pay me with my eyesight. It's true. But it's good to have goals.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that setting monetary goals is the best thing. It's if you earn it, you will appreciate it more.
Mm-hmm.
And, wanting your own home and 10 acres and having farmland and raising kids, listen, those are goals that everybody should aspire to.
Mm-hmm.
If you wind up making a lot of money, that's great, and you'll feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't, having your own home, having your own property,
It's
raising
just
good
enough.
kids, right? I think because you don't strike me as a person that would fritter away, money.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't give me that impression that, you would just go out and spend something unnecessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have to spend something on ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to feel that, okay, I'm doing all this work, but gee, I really wish I had that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been times in my life when I have wanted something and maybe I spent a little too much money on it, but
Mm-hmm.
it happens.
It happened.
I mean, it's experience that comes with age. And
Mm-hmm.
I think last time you mentioned that, Noodle, he didn't believe in this, voting the way things are going today, that isn't really important.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to mention to him that just recently, in the last 6 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
there was an election that was held in one of the Carolinas, North Carolina, I believe, where an election was decided by 3 votes. 3. Now, the person who lost the election, after a computer recount, after a hand recount of the ballots, the mail-in ballots,
Mm-hmm.
congratulated his opponent, moved on.
Wow.
Now, every vote really counts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you win by 3 votes, that's a small margin. And
That's crazy.
it is. When you think of it, 3 votes, I mean, anything could have happened. But voting is just going to be so important in November.
Yeah.
And we all need to vote the way we think we want things to be.
Yeah. For sure.
I don't want more rich men in Washington. I don't want more rich white men in Washington. I don't want old white men. We need smart, young people that want to turn this economy around.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And there's so
It's-
many young people waiting to jump on that and fix it. There's so many.
and I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, I said to Agent Jay, you should start a website specifically designed for getting young people to subscribe to that channel so that you can become a couple million strong and have a block of voting power
Mm-hmm.
that politicians have to recognize.
Yeah.
Because I feel bad. It's my generation
Mm-hmm.
that spent and bankrupt this country. And it makes me feel bad because I don't believe in all that spending. I never have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that it just started recently. This is something that goes way back to the Ronald Reagan era, when it was just so easy. It was taxpayer dollars. We'll spend it then.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just continued. And it has to be so hard as young people now to be able to save.
It is. And I've got really bad spending habits. I see something cute, I buy it, and it like consumes me. It consumes me. I get excited. I need this, and then I buy it, and then a week later I'm like, where'd my money go? And I don't even remember what I bought. And it's so, so terrible. It's so terrible. I've been trying really hard to fix it, but it's consumerism.
I don't know that I know psychologists or psychiatrists, so I can't talk to, the cure for that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, listen, I had the same problem. It's just something that as we grow, we begin to understand when it comes to that urge to buy something,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of money that I would spend would be on that. And I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved going out and spending money on her, and that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
I had no problem with it. I liked seeing her in the nice clothing and
Mm-hmm.
that type of thing. So I had no problem. Myself, I never was really into the fancy clothing, but
Yeah.
even now, gee, ooh, that's, but I dress for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that one thing that you may do that I did do,
Mm-hmm.
that I kind of made myself do, was I kept a little list of the things that I was buying.
Yeah.
And I didn't get rid of that list. I just kept adding to that list. So when I would get that, where did your money go this pay period?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd look at it. And I'd realize that you didn't have to buy that.
Or that.
Sure didn't need to buy that. And that, where is it even?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you might want to just start really keeping track so that you can look at it and say, oh, wow.
This is where my money's going.
Yeah. Because it's, the good thing is, I don't know, that much, I think we ran across each other. I was out volunteering one day and I saw you, you were actually out working.
Yep.
So it was kind of nice, seeing you out there, and, and dog butt we get to see. At least turn around, thank you. So you're fortunate, you keep yourself busy, you have a good job, and I think that, the company that you're working for, has a lot of appreciation for what you do because of your work ethic.
Yeah.
So it surprises me that you have developed such a good work ethic, and you haven't developed that ability to say, I'm going to control the finances. I'm tired of not having money left over at the end of the pay period. It surprises me that you have such strong work ethics, and you haven't made it apply to your money.
I'll get there eventually.
You will. I have no doubt you will. And now, this is just, I don't know what this is, but I understand that you're going to be looking for a different job.
I'm looking to expand my career.
that's a good thing. Yep.
I'm looking to learn.
I've always been a believer, this is just me,
Mhm.
the more experience we get,
Mhm.
the more valuable we become,
Mhm.
because at some point, you're going to want to be settled in a position that you really know your job so well
Mhm.
that, you know, people are going to be like, hey, can you tell me what, listen, I need a little help with this, can you tell me?
Mhm.
And you're gonna look and say, oh yeah, here's what you do.
Mhm.
And you'll get to that point, and it's fun.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, I I hope, and this is just, my, personal thing is,
Mhm.
that you keep up with your personal growth.
Yeah.
Um, and if that is that you need to, you know, change where you're working to get more experience, then I would not, I wouldn't be somebody who would be honest about things
Mhm.
if I were to say, well, you shouldn't do that. If you're going to improve what you feel about yourself, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
Um, if you don't have the opportunity for more growth where you're at, then, the person taking care of you is you.
Yeah.
And, we have to, sure, we have to have a certain respect for the company we're working for.
Mhm.
That goes without saying. But on the same coin, there's another side,
Mhm.
and that side is your growth, your learning, and
Mhm.
your experience.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good thing especially when you are young and you can gain experience quicker.
Yeah.
I was not smart enough to do that. Oh yeah, listen, I mean, I rode the rails for a couple of years. When I got back from Vietnam, I was not ready.
Yeah.
When you're 20 years old and, haven't even reached your 21st birthday, and you've had to be responsible for so much destruction and death, was not a good place to be.
Yeah.
So, riding the rails, jumping out of boxcars, and eating food in boxcars, and riding with the hippies, yeah. And we kind of laugh, but
Mhm.
in a way, it was a lot of experience, on its own,
Yeah.
a different kind of experience. But
Mhm.
when I was finally ready to really start to gain some work experience,
Yeah.
but even then, boy, did I have a lot of jobs. Yeah, I did. Now, you're you're in the same industry as Noodle, right?
Yes.
So that's a good thing.
Mhm.
Now, is it you that has more skills at what you do? Because I know you do a lot of work with your hands in backflows and
Mhm.
that type of thing.
Mhm.
Are you the more skilled with your hands?
I would say his skill level is equivalent. I think that I'm just more passionate about the career that we're in. Um, and I'm just always looking to learn and improve my knowledge on the topics. And I just I wanna improve every day. Just a tiny bit every day is enough for me. And that's what I'm working to do.
When I saw you out working, I mean, and by the way, I know the fellow whose car you were driving,
Mhm.
and he, I'm sure, really appreciated how clean the car was.
Yeah.
I mean, I know him and know him well. And one thing he's always believed is that if you're not willing to really take care of something,
Mhm.
and a vehicle is something to take care of,
Yeah.
because you it's just like you have your truck,
Mm-hmm.
you want to take care of it.
Of course.
You know, when you drove up today, I was like, and I asked you, is it yours?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, yeah. And you know, I'm looking, it's like, you do a good job of keeping your vehicle, running good and, looking good.
Yeah, it's ready for its checkup at the Cox Chevrolet, so I gotta go take it.
Hey, it's better to get something in and have it diagnosed before you have a big problem.
Yeah,
Now, what year is your vehicle?
a 2016.
A 2016?
Mm-hmm.
So yours has a lot of life left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the miles on it aren't bad.
I'm just trying to think, since I switched over, because I don't drive an ICE, I drive an electric vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Both the Vat and I, we drive electric.
Mm-hmm.
And with the price of gas, I mean, every time because when I'm out volunteering,
Mm-hmm.
I don't ask somebody if I can use their bathroom. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So, I'll head off to, different places. And there was one place called Daybreak that I like to go in because it's really clean.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking
It's,
about.
yeah, really nice. So,
Mm-hmm.
I like going in there. And I hear people grumbling about the cost of gas and filling up the tank. And even Agent J, was talking about, wow, just, putting gas in her car. And she was like, what I used to be able to put in and get almost a full tank.
Mm-hmm.
Now I barely get half a tank,
Yeah.
for the same dollars.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing on my work vehicle. Used to full tank, $25. It's got a small little tank. And now I wasn't even all the way empty. I still had like 2 notches. And I put in $25 and it still wasn't full. And I'm like, did it really go up that much? And it did. It's jumping like crazy.
But now, in your work vehicle, you don't have to pay for the gas.
I do not.
Yeah,
I have a
that's good.
company card.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like the color of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a very cool color.
Yeah, I enjoy that car. I get a lot of compliments on it too.
I could see why whoever picked that vehicle out had good taste in vehicles.
I love it. It hasn't done me wrong yet. So.
They're. I don't care what anybody says. The Chevrolet Spark.
Mm-hmm.
I think they made a big mistake when they discontinued it.
Yeah.
I think they should have continued making it. By the way, everybody, if you can see that little dog face in the corner there, that is little Bella. And she likes to get up on, Noodle would be sitting there, so she wouldn't be there. She would probably be on Agent Z's lap, but that's little Bella. And yeah, her sister is under my feet. So I think, what words of wisdom would you give to young people right now that may be in that position that they know they're going to be laid off, they know they're going to be out of work? What do you think people should be looking at and looking to do?
The way you worded that was kind of confusing.
Well, when people get laid off of, let's say, they work in an office,
Mm-hmm.
They're, whatever their administrative assistant,
Yeah.
and they know they're going to get laid off. Is the type of work that you do with somebody who is coming out of an office and, was good with their hands,
Mm-hmm.
Would they be able to do the type of work you did with training?
I think so. The people who trained me did an amazing job. They make it super easy to learn. I think it would be very possible. It's a really fun line of work. and it's not too laboring. So I think it could be good for anybody, depending on if you like the sun or not.
Yeah, and I bought I had the bat buy me some special, it's a combination of lemon oil and eucalyptus oil
Mhm.
to be able to spray on because, the regular DEET products you can't use around your head and neck and ears and face.
Yeah,
So I got that to be able to, in the morning time, wipe all over my face and neck and
that's
ears
good.
to keep the mosquitoes away
Mhm.
because they're out and about now.
Mhm.
It's like,
Oh
no,
yeah.
I'm a mosquito magnet. I am.
They like the flavor of your blood.
Well, actually, they don't like the blood. What they're looking for is the protein in the plasma.
What?
Everybody thinks it's the blood.
I never knew that.
What they're really trying to get at is the protein in the plasma to feed the babies, because it's only the
Wow.
females that inject into the human body to draw that out, and that's to feed the babies. So it's like they spit the blood out, and all that's left, the plasma and the protein, that's what they're after, so that they can grow the eggs, lay them, and have a couple thousand more mosquitoes. I
Oh.
can't stand the little thing.
Me either. I think no-see-ums might be worse though.
In the heat of the summer, the no-see-ums are such a pain.
Yeah.
And for me, the big issue is, you don't wear glasses.
Mm-mm.
Now I have to wear glasses,
Mhm.
and I have macular degeneration, geographic atrophy, and I just recently, within the last 6 months, roughly, was diagnosed with ocular rosacea. So my eyes are a mess. And in the summertime, I don't perspire as much as I used to,
Mhm.
but, I still do. And I have the glasses, the no-see-ums get under the glasses.
Mhm.
And then I have to take the glasses off, and it's like, yeah, get out of here. When you can't see them, you don't know what you're swatting at.
Yeah.
I guess that's why they call them no-see-ums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in people's yards going, looking all crazy and stuff, getting swarmed.
Now, do you have anything in particular you want to talk about?
No, I like the topics that you're bringing up.
Well, I'm glad you came up. Tell Noodle I'm sorry that, he wasn't feeling well.
Of
and,
course.
was not able to come up. And,
Yeah.
next week, I know Agent Jay and Goose are going to be coming back up.
Okay.
I know that I don't know if it's a male or a female, somebody named Sam,
Mhm.
where you work. So Sam, I've got to get in and, have Sam come up, because I understand that, is it a woman?
Mhm.
Okay. I understand she's very funny and has a lot of
She
stories.
is the funniest person I've ever met,
So
for sure.
I want to get Sam up, and, get her in front of the camera.
She would enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do that. So I really want to thank you for looking at the camera. Yes, you should look at the camera more, because
It's
you
hard.
are very photogenic. But I want to thank you for coming up and, sitting again. And hopefully, next time Noodle will be feeling, better.
I'm
And,
hoping so. I really want to bring him on.
Yeah, I think it would be great. I think it would be great. I think it's important to
Mhm.
be able to hear from him, because it's one of those things. If I know she only comes on for cameos, but one of these days I'm going to lock her in this room and turn the camera on, and then she'll be forced to talk to
Oh,
defend herself.
she'll be all right.
But I'm going to stop the recording, everyone. This has been Agent Z again. We enjoy it. And if you like the videos, please, let us know that you like it. Thanks. Have a good day.
Yay. Awesome.
Now, this should have recorded much better.
Then,
Yep.
yeah.
You know, being able to get the volume up, this is going to come out